to default. Okay, try it again.
Okay. So this is the second sound test for the hookup, well, live webcast from Williamson County Democratic Party headquarters, Franklin, Tennessee. So I get a call from the Tennessean today.
Mm-hmm.
They were asking, also doing, filling in all their data for their article or whatever. And the lady asked, where can the people?
Oh, it's working.
Okay, try it again.
Oh,
Okay.
what did you change?
Default.
Okay.
I had tried everything.
So this is the second sound test for, the lady asked, where can we go, where can, someone in Nashville wants to come watch on the campaign trail. You know, I said, well, tonight I'll be in Williamson County. Thursday night will be at Pizza and Politics in Columbia, and Friday at noon in Franklin Square. Well, that's probably a really good one. We'll be there. I'll probably try to get to that one. So now this lady was in Washington. She's talking about what the national staff are doing. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. But
I tell you what my hope is that, you know, the Senate, of course, walked out on the bill to vote on equal pay. It was tabled. And a lot of people around the country are kind of ticked. And I'm hoping Nashville says, hey, you know what? They're doing a rally to fight against this in Nashville. I hope the National picks it up.
national.
NBC,
Oh yeah.
because they're probably looking for someone who's fighting, who's standing up screaming about this thing about.
Does anybody have any contact with them? Or?
Well, you don't have to. The
Oh.
local affiliates will.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They'll raise their hand.
The trick is how to get them to do your bidding without telling them you're doing it. Otherwise, they won't do it.
So I've actually been pretty good at that. I've got a lot of stuff printed, and so hopefully they'll cover it.
All right. So note to selves: that thing's picking up everything in the room.
I was just gonna ask.
Sing song. Let's sing campfire
All
songs.
right. Just be aware. Hopefully, Tate's got it on mute at her end. But no off color jokes.
I mean, we don't want it, no, we don't want it. So it's,
Did you say the message that she sent me? The reporter?
Oh, she asked.
Did you-
She asked for where to send contact information. I gave her your address.
Yeah, I forwarded you a message.
Yeah.
She sent me two,
Okay.
but she sent a PS saying that Paul had done a good job.
Oh, good.
She just wanted to pass it on.
Yeah, I would ask her about that. Ask her if she's going where it was. Was nice of her. Good, then I don't have to boycott that yet.
We'll have it ready. Start the ball in 30 minutes.
I'll get ready, so as soon as she calls, we're good to go.
yeah.
Don't monkey with anything.
You have to step to the right. To your left, Brad. That's too much.
A little more,
A little more.
one more.
A little more. There you go. Now you're perfect.
Plus, we just had to play with it.
Perfect.
Okay.
He was never in theater. He's not used to going to X's on the floor.
I was in theater. I wanted to put the X's on the floor. Stupid actors never hit their marks. That's why they never were lit.
Oh, you were lighting? Oh, wow.
Stage crew, yeah.
I was in orchestra. Except for one time I was staging a cabaret. I was a kid cabaret.
Really?
Just in that play, they called it For Men Dressed in Drag.
Okay.
No one in my college
Okay.
would do it. And I said, I'll do it. I had fun.
Now,
Debbie.
I was like,
The easy ones I forget.
Do you want pictures or anything, like for Facebook or for?
Yeah, I forgot my camera, of course.
Well, of course, I will have this video, you can get snaps from the video.
That's true.
Debbie, in my pants pocket, there's the car keys, and I'm driving the maroon SUV. There's a, oh, wait a minute, no. In that backpack, there's a still camera. Yeah, it's in, I think it's in the main pouch, the main pocket.
Main couch, like the main
The big thing.
big couch. There's a camera in here. Here, got it.
Yeah, take a couple pictures. Like from far back, so you can see all the parts. Little black button on
Can I
top.
skip?
Hit the menu button.
Menu? Okay. Got it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I wonder if we try turning on the overhead to get better color.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's good. Well, it shows how many viewers.
You're
there are.
ready to go to the bathroom?
There's a jar out here with little fobs. Grab one of those. It's just down the hall.
Yeah, I figured, yeah.
So,
Very curious how that sentence is going in. There's a jar out there.
No, I'm not running for the Senate in Oregon. You hear about this? This guy running for the Senate in Oregon, and one of his business projects is he's trying to get like 50,000 people to send him urine samples for some bizarre product plan scheme he's got going. Okay, Dave. You've met her, right, Laura?
I can't remember.
Black girl about this tall?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I don't remember her name.
She's very helpful because she doesn't have a car. So it's like anytime I have something to do, it's like, oh, could you do me a favor? Just take the truck. So she drives the truck around.
Mm-hmm,
not bad at all, it's nice and warm.
yeah.
Surprising. And what I can do is edit all this, download off YouTube, edit all this intro stuff out, and delete the original, post the revised.
Yeah, well, the original one, after we do it, after 7. I mean, you can use as much glue as you want.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
I had nothing else to do.
Really?
It's okay, I got plenty of paperwork.
Wanna come to Fairview?
Huh? I wasn't fair.
And there's cohort reports you're doing.
I thought all the finance reports. Fine, just got some today.
You bet, what are you betting?
Down here, I'm
Oh,
working on
oh,
videotape the other segments for the.
okay.
We had to reread it like 2 times because we just ran out. That's no big deal.
Did you guys hear any news about mild stomping ground in Robertson County? The Department of Justice forced them to rezone all their schools because they found them to be purposefully segregated.
Where is it?
Robertson County.
There's a shocker.
Yeah, well, the other thing is when I worked there, I never lived there, but I worked there for 3 years. When I worked up there, everybody knew this. They just told me like matter of fact, like, oh yeah, everything's really corrupt here, and they try to keep black people and white people apart.
Well,
And they had their inner city Springfield High School had 12 portables because they had such a huge overcrowding issues. And then the all-white schools, White House, name, and Joe Burns were undercrowded. Like they had plenty of room for more students.
Welcome to Tennessee.
That's insane.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So you're from Wisconsin.
I am.
You know, I had, when I first started my company, I had a gal as a partner, and she said, oh, I'll go to one of the cheese factories. And she said, one of these big ones on the highway. I said, no. I said, I'll take you to one. We were going down the dirt road going towards Appleton. And I saw a little house with a sign, cheese factory. As it turned, it was in their basement. And I said, that's cheese.
Sure.
And she's like, ooh, it's dripping. I'm like, how do you think you made the cheese? But
No.
I just moved from Texas a few years earlier. And she had this gal when I came up, really sharp cheddar. I said, you ever made enchiladas? She goes, what's an enchilada? And I taught her. And sure enough, they did make really good enchiladas.
I think I probably eat more cheese now than I did when I lived there.
Really?
It's crazy, but,
You know,
the neighbor bars introduced us to my favorite baby Swiss cheese ever. It's made in a town called Monroe, Wisconsin. It's called DRS.
yeah, I've seen it.
Yum.
If you like goat cheese, Noble Farms, they're right here in the Franklin area.
Yeah.
One of our members, Alex Noble, he came to one of our potlucks and he brought something. I didn't know who brought it. And I'm like, who brought this? Who brought the goat cheese? He goes, why? I said, this is the best goat cheese I've ever had. He said, well, I said, I don't know anything about it. And I said, look, I live in New York City. I'm a food snob. Let me tell you, this is the best. And sure enough, his son and daughter-in-law, they lived out on the farm up in Leaper's Fork, and they started raising goats. And all of a sudden, they had all this goat milk. They didn't know what to do with it. And all their friends had had enough, so they said, well, let's try making cheese. And these are the happiest goats, so they make the best cheese. You ever see it in a store, try it.
Okay, Noble?
Noble Dairy, Noble Farms,
Okay.
NOBLE.
Okay. Have you ever had Danish Cramer? It's an oval pastry.
Amazing.
Oh, have you had?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great, Dave.
Yeah. It's about to be time for the broadcast.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But that's okay. That can be. I don't think we'll interrupt anything.
No. Well, we may just start at 7 with the regular one. We'll know, right now we got one viewer, which is our right there.
Yeah. It's
I
not-
told Warren to watch, we'll see if we get to.
Like Joey Tribbiani, I'm like, oh, we forgot to watch your show. What time is it now?
6:50.
Yeah, okay. Darn, we missed the 6:30 news. It's gonna be on the Fox 17 News at 6:30.
You are.
Yeah, there's a diver missing in Alabama, Corey. So they came out of the dive shop to talk to the guy about diving. And he's like, well, I don't know what's about tech diving, but Cramer does. Oh, they're still out here. So I probably got like one line in the middle of a 30-second story.
Oh,
They probably picked out the most embarrassing
is
one.
that when you were coming to see me and you went to that dive shop?
That was today.
Oh, this was today.
We're over the dive shop.
You are a serious diver then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, instructor.
Okay. I hang on dive bars, it doesn't count though.
Well, when the library didn't have a room for us, I called my buddy, like, hey, can we use your classrooms? Next one over this place.
Two fevers. They're climbing.
I'm snorkeling, I've never done diving. That would be too scary for me.
Well, I went to school. Something like that. She tried taking dive classes, didn't work out. Oh, let's give her.
How come it
How
says,
many people still left?
Cramer press conference today, 6:20 to 6:50,
That's,
like it's over. That's from clicking the link on the website.
Did that follow?
So I'll have
do
to-
you want?
Did you Robert?
Alright. Well, you're,
Does that work? It's well.
Maybe it just needs to be, did you ask you to put the time in or? Okay.
I didn't put anything like that. Maybe that was, no, I didn't schedule it in advance. And- Go ahead, did you bring your laptop?
Yeah.
Why don't we boot that up? Well, but you're on the site, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a notification why it did that.
What's that?
She checked the notification. You went to the link and it didn't go through?
No, it did, it just brought me to this.
It said something, Dan Cramer press conference, 6:20 to 6:40.
50.
6:50. Maybe that's because we started at 6:20 and it just automatically assumed.
I thought so, but it's still saying 6:50 and 6:50. But it was just a moment.
Is that an Apple product?
Cause I,
Is it an Apple product? We have no idea what it is.
Oh, we're back down to one viewer, so someone quit.
Well, it should be two, because Tape should have hers on too.
Well, she doesn't.
Or is it counting her?
Shoot, a lot of people. A lot. Are
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah, I was just trying,
25. Oh, I see. I thought that was how many people are there.
I'm trying to figure out how much longer before I need to. Sorry, I just
6 minutes.
misspoke myself. Yeah, somebody else can. Hey,
Hi,
how's it going?
how's it going there?
Hey, go with you.
All right. I wonder, if we could put a little, something on the door downstairs just to tell people, third floor? What do you think?
Sure.
It looks
That's a good idea.
A piece of paper,
Want
we got a
a
piece of tape?
Yeah, I got some tape. I do.
Like you're selling the
And
best.
paper.
There we are.
Any more than one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe,
Okay. No, I don't have a. Okay.
needs to be something.
Okay.
How'd the technical thing work out?
Well, we couldn't do the videos.
Never could get the sound?
2.
Okay.
So it was just 6 minutes.
Do you want more than one? Okay.
Just tell her we're going live in 5 minutes anyways.
I'll let you recommend.
So you just gonna go on and talk then?
Pretty much. I got the people in Clarksville logged in as another candidate meeting for things.
Oh, he's got duct tape.
Yeah, here's the.
So nothing else though. Hopefully be impressed by my mastery of technology.
Roll or just?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you're next.
I'll be knocking in a second.
Take a fob with you.
Okay, yeah, we're right there.
Right in there, yeah.
So just make sure you tell her we need 30 seconds warning. Or they just have to wait 30 seconds.
Who's that guy? I just came up.
Sure.
Move that way a little.
Go.
All right, good evening. My name is Dan Cramer. I'm running for Tennessee's 7th District U.S. House seat against Marsha Blackburn this year. I want to thank you all for coming out to G's Pancake House in Clarksville. I myself here in Williamson County, we have a event at the same time, but I wanted to make sure I covered everybody because both counties are important to this race. It's almost half the population of the district. So again, sorry.
Tell us about what you stand for, Dan.
Okay, so 26 years in the Army. I spend most of that time here at Fort Campbell, and most of it as a Chinook helicopter pilot. During my last 5 to 6 years in the Army, I became increasingly upset by the way that our government was not getting the job done. So continual budget and political fights causing the government shutdown, causing downgrade of the credit rating for the country, and that's what brought me into politics. So I'm running this year for the U.S. House because it's time to get our economy working again, to get the country out of the recession in a meaningful way, and to restore the opportunity for Americans to actually expect a better life for their children than they themselves had. And this is the first time in our country's history where that's not the case, where a majority of people do not expect their children to have a better life than they are able to give them. The way we get there, first thing we gotta do is restore some living wages. Restoring the number of jobs in this country, but we're not restoring our income levels. Wages are not restored to the point before the recession, and that's a big draw on the economy right now. Big first step is going to be the minimum wage. I know a lot of people say you don't want the minimum wage to be a problem because it's going to increase costs, which of course would be an inflationary trend. But in fact, it turns out when you raise the minimum wage, the economy does better. And we see in states with higher minimum wages, we see in municipalities with higher minimum wages. Job creation is better, overall wages are better, standard of living is better. So in order to get the minimum wage up, you have to realize you can't expect people to work 40 hours a week and come home and still not have enough money to pay the rent, to feed themselves, to get health care. If the government still has to provide a service to those people, then basically we as taxpayers are subsidizing the employer who's paying that low wage. So these are the big issues of the campaign. It's time to get Congress working again. We need a Congress that's ready to fix problems, not fix blame. And we need an opportunity to get the economy moving in the right direction. My name is Dan Cramer. Again, I'm running for U.S. House in Tennessee's 7th District, and I'm going to need your vote. Thank you very much.
Now we have to do our slide. It's now 7 o'clock. So now we start with ours, Dan.
Was that just recording something?